If you're a failing trader, then this video is for you. I have 8 honest advice for a failing trader who wants to start winning. Before we start, my name is Shakil Samai and I'm trading 6 years with a cup of tea. And this is going to be a long video, but also very valuable. I'm trading 6 years with proven results, so bet believe you should listen and take down notes. First up, I want to teach you guys about acknowledgement. If you can acknowledge your mistakes, that is when you can start taking action. But if you're a person just trading continuously without any consciousness, you're never going to really become aware or mindful of the mistakes you're making. So I'll say the first step to really taking yourself from a failure to a winner is acknowledge the mistakes you're making that's making you fail, so that you can acknowledge it and actually start taking action to actually start progressing from it and use the right methods to succeed. Another thing I would say is that taking action. You see, it's a different thing to just acknowledge your mistakes and don't take action on the right things you should be start doing. Number 2, everywhere but nowhere focus. You guys are everywhere but nowhere focus. How many times have you been on Instagram and just following every other trader, or TikTok, watching every other TikTok video about Forex, or YouTube? I promise you, you guys are everywhere but nowhere really locked in, which is stealing away from your success. If you want to really become successful, think about this. If you follow every other trader, this trader has ABC, this trader has DCEFG, whatever he's saying, and you say, I like the strategy, I like his strategy, and now you're trying to combine it. This person says buy here, this person says sell here, and when you start putting that into perspective, it's like a mix of your own source. If you're following too many trades, it actually confuses you, and therefore I tell you guys, you are just everywhere and not really focused. That is one part of everywhere not focused, and that takes you on to number 3, the cycle of doom. If you're a trader that's everywhere and not focused, you're probably using a lot of strategies and combine them hoping to make it the holy grail, and it's never going to happen. So if you're in the cycle of doom, it means you're hopping from strategy to strategy and thinking you're going to find that one strategy which is going to help you to stop losses, which is number 4. Stop avoiding the losses. Make those mistakes and have the open mind, like the acknowledgement from the losses you have, you see them as lessons. If you can see your losses as lessons and stop avoiding those losses, which is inevitable, you're never going to be able to stop a loss or avoid a loss. Accept the part that losses are part of it. My biggest lessons are from my biggest losses I had, as they actually prepared me for my biggest wins. Taking us next on to investing into the proper education. I know you guys are very cheap with that education. All you guys want is free. But I promise you, those free things are just going to take you to a certain extent. The person is not going to give the entire work or art piece they've worked for 7, 10, 20 years completely free to someone off there who's not going to appreciate it. I promise you guys, the free will take you to a certain extent. Get yourself a proper mentor like myself. And of course, I'm going to say myself because I have proven results. Get yourself a proper mentor. Take that information the mentor is giving and really live by it. Like it's your motto, like it's an oath you're making to yourself. You only know as much as you know. You don't know what you don't know. The only time you really start, knowing more is the moment you start experiencing the unknown, and the information is unknown to you. Traders always think that all traders think alike or do the same things. I promise you, a profitable trader thinks completely different to a losing trader, which takes me on to the next lesson. Start programming your mind to think like a profitable trader. Now, I learned this from the book called Trading in the Zone from Mark Douglas. One thing I learned is that all traders don't think alike. Profitable traders think in probabilities. Losing traders always on the scout for a profitable strategy. If you think about it, I just spoke about there's no profitable strategy. There's 100% profitable. So accept the losses. For those who's losing right now, I think what you need to really do is retract and go into your psychology and really, the mindset of how does a profitable trader think, and then try to grasp that thinking and then apply it onto your trading. So I will then go into how a trader thinks, learn how they think, and then start thinking like that. So the one habit I really started doing was I started taking books and reading those books of successful traders, successful entrepreneurs, and just learned more about my psychology. So I would say the next thing you should start doing is reprogramming the way you think and master the mind of a trader. So there's 2 left honest advice which I think is going to take you to a whole new level. But before I say that, I'm giving away 10,000 Rand to a lucky person. If you guys want to take part in this, it's simple. Listen up. In the description down below, I explain how you can take part into winning a 10,000 Rand giveaway. It's that simple. So moving on, traders, we're moving on to what I call refine your trading. Refine your trading in a way of, you know what, just think about yourself as a professional trader. Look at how you take action, because every action you have, there's some sort of feedback. And what I started doing, you know, I really started thinking about when I take a trade this specific time, I lose. If I was you, if you lose in a specific time in a day all the time, remove that time. It's not working for you. Look at a different time in a day. There's different times in which the market moves. So I would say, if you really want to start winning and refine your trading, start trading at a time where the market gives you a better opportunity. The next thing I'll say is trade a pair that is more volatile. Another thing I'll say when you refine your trading is look at your take profit and stop losses. You know, I think if you really focus on this part, you're gonna really see a lot of progress, because think about your stop loss have always been hit. There's a reason why. It's either you're placing it at the wrong place or you're just being cheap with a stop loss. I'm telling you, traders always want to have the tightest stop loss to get the most reward. You need to give the market some room to breathe, and therefore make sure the stop loss has some sort of space for the market to move and then go in a direction. Now, one thing I started doing is I have a set stop loss and a set take profit, but I did this based off the daily average movement on my PM trade. Now, every pair has a specific amount of pips it moves per day average. I took that and I divided by 3. That was my take profit. And then I divided that by 2, and that was my stop loss. That's how I got to the US30 stop loss and take profit. Have a set stop loss, set take profit you can be using. Moving on to my last advice, it's simply, you know, risk management. Now, risk management is probably the one that really changed the entire game for me. Listen to me, I can't emphasize this anymore, but risk management is the one. You know, like, because listen up, if you can lose 40% of the time and have proper risk management, you still make money. How is that right? You only have a profitability of 30%, 40%. It simply comes down to risk management. Now, what I would say is really start focusing in how much percentage you want to risk every time. Now, if you're a losing trader, you should never want to be risking half your account or the full account, double account. You're going to really tarnish or hurt your mindset, because now if you're going to try to double account, you know, and you lose, it's going to lower your confidence, your self-esteem. So to prevent that, start using proper risk management. It's going to give you longevity in the game. The longer the game, the higher the chances of you making money. And that is your goal, is to not make money. Your goal is to protect money. Every risk you take, there's going to be a reward. So don't focus on the reward, focus on the risk. How can I manage my risk more often? When do I cut losses? And that is a very important part. You need to have like a set amount of pips. When it reaches that pips, I close my trade. For instance, like myself, I risk always 30 points. 30 points in US30. You know, and if it comes to like 30 points, I close immediately. Now, there's times in a day when I trade in the morning and the market comes to 15 points in negative, I close it, because in the morning I know if it's not gonna, you know, be above 15 points in profits or something like that, it's just gonna go against me. So have these set rules in your risk, how you're gonna manage your capital when you're in the market, when you're in a profit, when you're in a loss. And also managing risk means also know when not to trade. Is trading. And that's a very important part, traders. So again, guys, these are my 8 advices to unprofitable traders trying to make success in trading. Again, guys, I'm giving you guys away 10,000 Rand, which is $500. If you want to win it, all you gotta do is now follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description, and I'll explain to you guys exactly how to take part in this. On the other end, traders, do like this video, subscribe, and also if you want to take part in my VIP signals with proven results, there's links down below in the description where you can actually message me directly, either for my course, learn my strategy, or actually get my signals and start passing those prop firms, grow personal capital. I even have personal one-on-one calls with my signal people. I promise you, my signal subscribers are not normal signal subscribers. I have one-on-one calls with them. I'll call them like, hey Jeff, how are you doing? I know, even though it's my signals, because I want to see my traders succeed, and I'll go the extent to make you succeed. So again, guys, peace, love, happiness, and your mental skill. I'm signing out. Cheers.